Hello, this is my father.
Hello.
He's going to be annoying as hell. So today I still don't have an intro because I've not done it yet. I've been doing more fun things than that. So we're just going to go straight into it. Here is a question and answer video with my dad about growing up with cold urticaria and raising an allergic child. People asked for it. So, tell the people all about yourself.
About me, my name's Mike, I'm father of the Max child. Not really much more to say than that, to be honest.
Good, okay. Tell me, or the people, the story of my first allergic reaction.
The first major one I can remember was at a car show. We'd gone to this car show at a place near Hendra in Cornwall, and Max and a friend knelt down on the grass next to the cars. When Max got up, Max's legs were covered with what appeared to be, well, looked a bit like insect bites, but they were just nasty red looking like wheals all over their legs. So really I didn't know what to make of it at all. So that's the first time I can remember it actually occurring.
That one sucked. It was a case of like, get out of the car, have some fun, come up in all of these wheels every single time, and then it was like, oh, okay, we'll get back in the car. And getting back in the car seemed to fix it, and we're like, oh yes, because there are no insects in the car. And then I noticed that it was worse when I was like unloading the dishwasher because they were all wet and cold, and I was like, this only really happens when I get cold. And then I made him Google it, and it turns out you can be allergic to cold. And then we went from there. So, do you have cold urticaria?
No, I don't think so. Nothing like that at all. I do react very badly to insect bites, which is why I was primarily drawn to that being a possible cause.
Were you worried?
Concerned maybe more than worried, because it didn't seem to be like at that point acute, causing any real problems other than these mysterious wheels coming up and going away. But like anything, you always like to try and find a reason for these sort of things.
What were you worried about?
Well, it was just an unexplained thing. It couldn't be tied down to anything normal. I was certainly worried about it getting much worse, and maybe one day these wheels coming up and not going away and becoming more of a problem.
Same, to be honest. How did you advocate for me?
Well, it's an inevitable trip to the doctors, really, wasn't it? To see the doctor.
It was really funny because the first one, I went in and I had like one tiny red spot on my leg, and he was like, is this really what you've come in about? And we were both like, no, I promise, it's much worse. So I'm glad I had him there as a witness. But then the second doctor I saw, I just went on my own and I was like, here's a photo. And he was like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Here are some antihistamines. Whack. Do you think twice about me taking antihistamines at 15?
No, not at all. If the doctor or any healthcare professional advises that, that's good enough for me. I'll take them before for like mild hay fever, no problem at all.
What's the biggest piece of advice you would give to another parent of a child with cold urticaria?
Yeah, it needs looking at. It is a thing, as they say these days. Go to a healthcare professional. It's not really, if it's managed, it's not a huge problem, but it does need looking at and attending to.
I have a question of my own now. Did you think it was a huge deal when I came out of the doctor and I was like, oh yeah, he agrees, it's cold urticaria? Did you think like, oh shit, okay, we've got to sort this out, we must get you medical alert bracelet, we must avoid all the cold, you must take your pills every day, we must do everything we can to shield you from the cold?
No, no, it's knowing the limits, managing it, doing the right thing, be comfortable, like with a lot of this stuff, that you know your own limits, go from there. It's a learning curve as something else.
If I was younger, would you have stopped me doing things that you knew would set off my cold urticaria, or would you have just let me figure it out myself?
Again, as before, you know your limits, you'll find them by trying. So so what I'd witnessed up to then is the only thing was sometimes a little bit of shortness of breath and the wheels coming up. So I think then was a good time to sort of explore the envelope of what was practical to do and what wasn't practical to do.
And my limits changed anyway. So as he said, my wheels used to be huge and the shortness of breath not so much. Now it's completely swapped and my wheels are like tiny little pinprick hives, and then the breathing thing is the bigger problem now because a bit of an itch is not an issue. What's your opinion on me masking up?
If it works, do it.
Yeah.
So, it's like when you know your own limits and you know what treats it, you know what's good for you. Do it. I mean, masking up's not exactly a thing anymore now, is it? That everyone's doing it. It's very popular. Maybe you're a trendsetter.
Oh yes. Remember, everyone wanted to be my friend as soon as the mask mandate came in, and then they all got used to it and they stopped wanting to be my friend. But I always struggled with people telling me that, like, oh, you shouldn't be taking so many antihistamines and medications at your age, and then when I put the mask on they were like, oh, is there not a medication you can take? And I was like, can you pick a side to be on, because you're either pro medication or you're not, and if I can avoid medication with just a mask, much easier, because inhalers give me heart palpitations, which is a normal side effect, so I'd like to avoid that. What would you say to the skeptics?
Well, I mean, it's real. I mean, I hadn't heard of it before, but I seem to remember doing the test with the ice cube on your arm. The test, bring forth the arm and the ice cube, and sure enough, a wheel comes up in exactly the shape where the ice cube was. Yeah, it is real. As just because you haven't heard of it or don't believe it, that's irrelevant. It is real. It is there, and again, go to the doctors. They'll tell you the same thing.
A video up here about so you think you have cold urticaria, where I talk more about the ice cube test, and I do it on myself and I fail it because my cold urticaria changed. So I'm glad I have a witness. Yeah. Would you? Now this is a ridiculous question that I got on Instagram.
That's what it's there for.
Would you have advocated to abort me if you'd have known I would develop cold urticaria?
No, absolutely not. That's a ridiculous question. Well, no, there's no such thing as a ridiculous question, I suppose. But no, it's not like that at all. So,
no, it's really not that bad.
No, don't go down that route.
Because I talk about it a lot, but I don't mean to talk about it in a way that's like, oh my god, it's such a big deal, it rules my whole life. No, I talk about it for awareness because other people suffer, but I don't think it's that bad to warrant eugenics.
No. It's a long way off.
That's probably a little bit much. But I think maybe for parents who have just heard about this now and are like, oh my god, what if that happened to me? Would it have changed your opinion of becoming a parent if you'd have known?
No, it's.
Oh yeah, by the way, your kid's going to be allergic to cold. Good luck with that.
It's perfectly manageable. It can be a nuisance to you, can't it?
Yeah,
but I mean, there are a lot of ailments out there, similar kind of thing. So if you can deal with it, treat it, no problem.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but so is bin day. So.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not worth me not being here. I like my life, weirdly enough. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just like a lot of ailments that your children bring to you to look at. Take it seriously. To get as ever get further advice if you're worried. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I see a lot of people my age who have gone through the disability thing, and they've gone to their parents like, hello, I think I have this, or this is a problem, and the parents have gone like, no, can't be, go to school, and they never take it seriously enough to warrant a doctor visit. And I know in America it's a bit different because insurance, that probably would have been a nightmare, but we're in the UK, so it's not so much of a problem.
I mean, sometimes it might take a while to find out what's causing a lot of this sort of stuff, but you've got to sort of stick with it, and eventually, hopefully, a diagnosis comes forth like this.
Yes. So, that's been a Q&A with my dad. I hope it's been helpful to all of you people who have kids with cold urticaria. Don't forget to like this video. Drop a comment if you have a further question and I'll just ask him and put it in the replies. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every month, and it's always awkward doing this bit in front of another person. See ya! Ridiculous.